Ladies and gentlemen, it's actually happening. President Trump is delivering a peace deal with Iran. How do we know that? Well, I'm not read in on the negotiations here, but I do read the markets. The markets have just opened, and guess what happened? Tankers are now flowing through the Straits of Hormuz. A 2 million barrel Iraqi oil tanker, this one is bound for China, just zipped through the Strait of Hormuz, followed by a dozen others today, as President Trump is on the precipice of signing the historic peace agreement with Iran. Both parties seemingly almost there. And the market says, well, yippee-ki-yay, yeehaw. Here we go. The futures have opened for the American stock market, and it has surged to the highest level in history. The market always knows. The market always knows. And guess what other market always knows? The oil market. This isn't a meme coin. This isn't a company that just went out of business. This is this is not somebody getting rugged. This is the price of oil. Not Bitcoin, not Ethereum, not an S-coin. It's the imminent US-Iran deal. They always know. The price of oil has collapsed because people know that oil is going to start flowing again, as it already has today. Because millions of barrels have already traveled safely through the Strait of Hormuz. Now look at how the oil market is responding. Oil is down to $90 a barrel. $90 a barrel. Do you know $65 a barrel, which is not too far off from here, is $2 gasoline at your filling station, depending on if you're in California or not, how much gas tax there is. That's $2 gas. $65 a barrel equals $2 gasoline average for the nation. And now the prediction markets are saying that that is what they expect to see back in America by the end of the year. President Trump just posted this, another all-time high. Donald Trump watching closely. The markets react as he nears a peace deal. Not the only news, obviously, but just some breaking news that show very, very positive insights into what's about to happen. Oil and the U.S. dollar fall. Very good, by the way. This is very, very good. It means the cost of goods will be less expensive and more affordable in our nation. Global equity futures rise to record highs as markets grow optimistic about the possible U.S.-Iran deal that could reopen the Strait of Hormuz and restore global crude and goods flowing. Futures open green. Oil has already collapsed down 5%. Look at that. Timber! $90 a barrel for Brent crude futures. Absolutely stunning. Look at your boy. Iran deal must be close because all the betting markets are saying that we will see gas down below $3 a gallon. $2 a gallon is where we want it. Weekend oil crude, look at that. Lowest it's been in weeks. Zoom. And nowhere in sight. Where's the basement? I'm not sure. What I'm saying is that these markets, someone always knows, right? They're not here to lose money. Somebody always knows. Somebody knows that there's going to be now more oil flooding the market and that the U.S. stock market is about to rip because of it. U.S. oil prices fall towards $90 a barrel. Ladies and gentlemen, very, very good. S&P 500 rocking. NASDAQ, Dow Jones, crude down. Brent down. Gold up. Ding! Expect a busy, busy week. Why? Well, because as we found out this morning, Iran has said we will not be pursuing a nuclear weapon. That is a huge victory for Donald Trump. Iran's president says we want to reassure the world that we will not possess nuclear weapons. We want stability in the region. Very, very good. The neocons got completely bodied by the White House. So this is the White House going in hard again. So there's a massive pressure campaign by the worst possible bloodthirsty demons yesterday, Mike Pompeo being one of them, some senators, Ted Cruz was one of them, who were doing literally the bidding of Bibi Netanyahu, no doubt, or some type of major power play to try and manipulate and triangulate Donald Trump into continuing the war. Israel wants Trump to continue the war. Apparently, Bibi Netanyahu's hair was on fire yesterday. And no hate, bro, but like, we got to be out. We're out. We're out. It's been fun. It hasn't actually. But I think that President Trump can walk away saying we're not going to have a nuclear Iran. We're going to take the highly enriched uranium, and we're going to take the tacit victory of the strength of the American forces, which has, of course, decimated Iran. It has severely. And that's it. And now Trump's team, as you can see here, Stephen Chung, who's the spokesperson for Donald Trump, he's the communications director of the entire White House, saying Mike Pompeo has no idea what the F he is talking about. He should shut his stupid mouth. Leave the real work to the professionals. He's not read into anything that's happening. So how would he know? The White House pushing back so hard on these things is just a great, I mean, it's just great. It shows where Trump's head is. If he's unleashing his attack dogs to go after these guys and to body them. Trump confirms Iran media agreement. As Iran media says, agreement can still be canceled. So every side is effectively, just taking the stance that, hey, listen, we still hold the cards. We still hold the cards. Whatever, dude. Peace through strength. They're going to get it done. And President Trump obviously saying, this was from yesterday, saying it's time to get it done. The Iranian president saying, we're not going to have nuclear weapons. We will agree to that. You can even have our enriched uranium. But Iran wants to maintain stability and the integrity of its own borders. Okay, cool. Here's President Trump posting this news on his Truth Social. Iranian president, we're not going to have nukes. Do you know that's going to bring so much stability to that region? And everyone's going to lock in. Iran's supreme leader has agreed in principle to give up uranium as part of the peace deal. Great. Trump says that might make take a couple days. Tehran says it doesn't want to bomb. That's a massive victory. That's a huge victory. U.S. believes Iran's supreme leader has approved the broad framework of the deal. There you go. U.S.-Iran agreement now not expected to be signed today. Some issues remain unresolved. Fine. A U.S. official told the New York, here's the community note here, that the Iran agreed in principle to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, and now oil is flowing. The article notes that no formal deal has been signed. Iran has not publicly confirmed it. Okay, fine. Here you go. Huge, huge win for America. We need to ignore the people who won't be happy until the ground invasion of Iran. My father promised to stop Iran from getting a nuclear weapon, and that's exactly what we are achieving. Okay, there you go. Basically, and I repeat, nobody from senators to anybody thought President Trump could accomplish all of this. That included a ton of other people, a handful of other. Most thought Trump would agree to a watered-down version of the Obama deal. By all indications, this is emerging to be an agreement that is far better, that actually accomplishes what Barack Obama could not. Trump seems to have stopped Iran from getting a nuclear weapon. Good. Okay. So President Trump with a big announcement here, saying that the negotiations are proceeding in an orderly fashion. There you go. One of the worst deals ever made in the country was the Iran nuclear deal put forth by the Barack Hussein Obama. It was a direct path to Iran developing a nuclear weapon. Not so with the transaction currently being negotiated. Iran and Trump administration, the exact opposite. Negotiations are proceeding in an orderly and constructive manner, and I've informed my representative not to rush the deal. Both sides must take their time and get it right. There can be no mistakes. Perhaps the Islamic Republic of Iran would like to join as well in the Abraham Accords. Amazing. Just unbelievable. I would like to thank all the countries in the Middle East for their cooperation, further enhanced by the Abraham Accords, which just says, effectively, we're not going to kill each other. We're all not going to decide to go kill each other. Okay. And then Donald Trump posting this. Thank you for your attention to this matter. It's a bomb. Okay. One reporter had a chance to speak with Donald Trump.
And that if there is news, I just spoke with President Trump about this and asked if he has secured an agreement. He told me he couldn't talk about the deal, saying, quote, it's totally up to me. And that if there is news, quote, it's only going to be good news. I don't make bad deals. I just spoke with President Trump.
Amazing. Amazing. You'll never have another one like him. I love it. Panickin's down bad. Losers down bad. Doomers down bad. Podcastistan down bad. And everybody else who trusted the plan, who backed the president, who didn't embarrass ourselves, who didn't humiliate ourselves, who didn't light ourselves on fire. Everybody else who like stuck to their guns and saw the larger battle at play here and moved President Trump, I think, in what is the right and constructive direction, which is what this is, and did so in good faith. We win. We win. You lose. And that's the way it's gonna be. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. See you.